Indian proudly carries the title of America's first motorcycle company with a 121-year-long history. However, it is the last decade that truly reflects Indian's recent rise to prominence, which is definitely attributed to the influx of funds from Polaris. Today we'll cover the latest models that will come out from the Spirit Lake, Iowa factory and custom workshops in 2022. These include the industry's most luxurious cruisers, tourers, and street bikes. So subscribe to Automotive Territory and stick around to learn everything new about the Indian motorcycles lineup. Enjoy the ride! Indian Pursuit. Back in 2021, the Challenger Bagger became Indian's answer to the Harley Davidson Road Glide. In a nutshell, the Pursuit is its expected, fully dressed evolution and a rival to the Road Glide Limited. The luxury Grand Tour has the same cast aluminum frame and 1768cc liquid-cooled Power Plus V-twin, mated to a 6-speed transmission with an assist clutch. This 122 horsepower big-bore motor is big on torque, with 128 pound-feet of peak twist at 3800 RPM. Rock-solid on-road stability is ensured with a chassis-mounted fairing, an optional electronically adjustable Fox rear suspension, and inverted front forks. The bike has a total of 35 gallons of waterproof remote locking storage, electronically adjustable windshield, available heated seats, and cutting-edge technology in the form of a Ride Command Plus 7-inch infotainment, cruise control, keyless ignition, and full LED lighting. The Indian Pursuit is currently sold in 2 trims, Limited and Dark Horse, and they could be further enhanced with premium packages. Indian Scout Rogue. This toughest member of the Scout family brings buyers edgier styling and attitude. The bike's new features include new mini-ape handlebars, a quarter fairing, and a sport-style single seat. Instead of the usual 16-inch front wheel, the Rogue gets a 19-inch rim. The rear wheel is unchanged, but both come wrapped in new Metzler Cruise Tech tires. The suspension can be enhanced with adjustable piggyback rear shocks. Just like other Scouts, the newcomer is propelled by a 1133cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine paired with a 6-speed wet clutch transmission. The drivetrain is good for 100 horses and 72 pound-feet and is fed by a 3.3-gallon fuel tank. The model also comes with an optional lean-sensitive Pathfinder LED headlight, smoked LED turn indicators, and a split dual exhaust. John Bernthal's Indian Chief Custom. Inspired by the world of motocross racing, this one-of-a-kind Indian Chief was built by Carey Hart specifically for the needs and requirements of the Walking Dead actor John Bernthal. Carey got to know John quite well, so he wanted to create a bike that would fit like a glove, both in size and ergonomics, as well as aesthetics and performance. Showcasing the full spectrum of customization possible for the new Chief, the bike offers a sportier riding position that is achieved thanks to the newly added Krause bar clamps, ODI bars and grips, plus San Diego Customs shift brake pegs. There is also a new Saddleman hard lock seat, mirrors, brake lights, and front indicator lights, all from Rizoma. The Chief's chassis is enhanced with the Fox piggyback shocks, GP suspension, and Behringer brakes. Lastly, the bike's Thunderstroke engine breathes more freely with the Fab 28 2-in-1 stainless steel exhaust. Indian FTR. When the FTR first hit dealerships, it was marketed as more of a scrambler. But the 2022 refresh is aimed at moving the lineup towards the sporty street-naked class. All of the trims besides the Rally are equipped with new 17-inch cast aluminum wheels and Metzler Sport Tech tires. The seat height was lowered to 32 inches, and the suspension is now fully adjustable with 4.7 inches of travel. The 1203cc V-twin still makes 120 horsepower and 87 pound-feet of torque, but it was retuned to improve cold starts and deliver smoother riding experience. Plus, the rear cylinder deactivation is now standard across the range. The 2022 FTR and FTR Rally keep the analog gauges, while the FTR S and R Carbon come with a programmable 4.3-inch digital LCD gauge display. Indian Chief by Go Takamine. One of the latest and most impressive customization projects of this year was created by the renowned Japanese builder Go Takamine. Their Brat style is about being simple and effective, the two key qualities needed by a rider to move through heavy traffic. This build follows a few strict rules that define the Brat style in terms of design. It has no flashy details, and instead puts emphasis on exposed metal aesthetics alongside a simple two-tone black and silver paint combination. The keen eye will immediately notice a lowered and narrowed fuel tank, reworked handlebars, and new 1940s fenders. A thin leather solo seat is also a mandatory Brat-style attribute. The company does not mention any mechanical changes, so the factory-fitted 1819cc Thunderstroke delivers the same 79 horsepower and 108 pound-feet of torque. Jack Daniel's Indian Challenger Dark Horse. The long-standing partnership between America's first motorcycle company and its first registered distillery is being reinforced once again with the 2022 Challenger Edition, limited to 107 units. As usual, the bike is designed in cooperation with the Clockworks Custom Cycles. Its unique exterior draws inspiration from the Tennessee Rye whiskey, which gives this Jack Daniel's Challenger a custom rye metallic paint with gold and green accents. Each bike features a numbered Montana Silversmith badge, custom engraved rider and passenger floorboards, and there is a leather seat with stitching. As a part of the limited edition package, the bike gets an adaptive Pathfinder LED headlight, Fox electronically adjustable rear suspension with preload, 6-axis Bosch IMU, and power band audio. As before, the 108 cubic inch Power Plus engine delivers 122 horsepower and 128 pound-feet of torque, but riders can opt for the Stage 1 air intake and oval slip-on muffler kit to unleash 10% more power and 3% more torque. Indian Chief and Chief Dark Horse. Back in 1920s, the original Chief V-twin became the most popular model of the Springfield company. To commemorate the centennial of this icon, Indian have spent the last 3 years developing the all-new model. This next-generation Chief retains its timeless simplistic design, but becomes more compact and adds lots of modern tech. The bike is built on a steel tube frame that replaces the previous hydroformed aluminum chassis. Its cast aluminum rear subframe is now more stripped, giving the bike an overall lightweight appearance. There is also a characteristic solo bumper seat positioned just 26 inches above the pavement, mid-mount foot controls, and exposed rear shocks. The Chief is available in standard and Dark Horse modifications, with either Thunderstroke 111 or 116 engines that respectively yield 108 or 120 pound-feet of torque. Make sure to watch this episode till the end and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for the feedback, and let's proceed. Radical Indian FTR Black Swan. This is the second one-off version of the new FTR by the Belgium-based Workhorse Speed Shop. The idea of this bike was born several years ago when the company's founder Bryce Hannibert was competing at Wheels and Waves. Its design is inspired by the 90s sports bikes and GP racers. The Black Swan was first sketched, then Akrapovich fabricated a special 2-inch exhaust, and the body was built in clay, 3D scanned, and then modeled. As a result of this meticulous process, the final version of the bike received a one-piece carbon fiber bodywork that weighs less than 4 pounds. The company also introduces a couple of chassis modifications for the FTR. They built a new 720 aluminum swing arm and added new black forks and a specially designed Allen's Racing piggyback shock. The bike also rides on Rotobox carbon wheels that house Behringer brakes and come wrapped into Dunlop GP Racer tires. Indian Super Chief and Super Chief Limited. Sitting atop of the new Indian Chief family, the Super Chief bikes share the same steel tube frame and the classic look, while also offering an extensive list of standard touring equipment. The bikes are powered by the company's signature Thunderstroke V twin engine, 1.8-liter in the Super Chief and nearly 1.9-liter in the range-topping Limited trim. In the latter version, this mill is good for 79 horses and 120 pound-feet of twist. Thanks to a different handlebar, the Super Chief lets you sit more upright, while its long-distance inclinations are made obvious by the standard black leather saddlebags, rubber-covered floorboards, and a quick-release windscreen. The model gets ABS, cruise control, and in case of the Limited, a 4-inch round display with Bluetooth-connected ride command system. Additional distinctions include chrome dual exhaust, large headlight bucket with nacelle, and a touring seat with a passenger pad. Indian Challenger and Challenger Limited. The Indian bagger lineup gets similar transformations as the rest of the brand's range, plus there are a few model-unique updates. For 2022, Indian concentrates on targeted improvements, which enhance the rider's experience and add convenience. First of all, each Challenger gets retuned traction control, which now reacts more seamlessly. Along with the new colors, the lineup offers an extended accessories list. These include several luggage options, all-new rear LED saddlebag lights, and extra wind protection with the optional Hart lower fairings, which were designed specifically for the Challenger. The upscale Limited version differs from the base model with a premium chrome detailing, paint-matched saddlebag closeouts, and an aggressive fairing. In addition, the Limited comes standard with the Smart Lean technology, Apple CarPlay, and bigger 6.5-inch speakers. Both bikes rely on a 1768cc liquid-cooled Power Plus V twin engine, producing 122 horsepower and 128 pound-feet of torque. Would you agree that Indian motorcycles are completely dominating their major competitors? Which model of 2022 is your personal top pick? I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. Subscribe to Automotive Territory, like this video, and come back for the next one shortly. We'll continue posting as long as we can. So may the torque be with you, and glory to Ukraine!